Hey guys, it's Micah, and today I'll be telling you how to use the grain delay audio effect in Ableton Live. Now, the grain delay effect slices an input signal, typically the clip on the track that you've put the grain delay onto, and it slices this input signal into tiny particles which we're going to be calling grains. These grains are then individually delayed and can also have different pitches compared to the original signal source. You can randomize these pitch and delay times, and you can create complex masses of sound and rhythm that can actually end up sounding completely different to your source. And this can be very useful in creating new sounds and textures, as well as some really interesting automation effects. Let's start with a simple ooh vocal sample. And with the grain delay, now, first of all, this display over here is multi-purpose. Like many other audio effects, this is your XY controller, and depending on whether you're dragging it up or down or to the left and the right, you can change different parameters. But now the cool thing about the grain delay is that you can actually set which parameters you want the X and Y parameters to control. So the X is the horizontal axis, and the horizontal axis refers to these horizontal rectangles at the bottom here. And whichever one is active will now be controlled by moving this little circle to the left and to the right, i.e. along your x-axis. In fact, as I'm moving it now, you can see the pitch number on the left here changes. And similarly with the y-axis, if I want, say, the pitch to be controlled when I move the circle along the y-axis, I've already got pitch, so let's go for feedback. As I move it up and down, you can see the feedback control changing. So these 6 controls here are your y-axis, and these 6 controls, one of them would be your x-axis. These numbers over here just refer to the different controls. So this number here refers to your spray, this one your frequency, this your pitch, this random pitch, this feedback, this dry wet, and then these buttons over here are your delay, either in milliseconds over here, or if you click on this time, you change it to sync, and then these little rectangles refer to 16th beats. So if you've got 4, then you are syncing your delay to quarter notes, 4 16th notes, which is the same as a quarter note. Right, so let's go into detail. First of all, let's talk about spray. This spray control adds random delay time changes. Low values smear the signal across time, which adds a little bit of a noisiness to the sound, and high values completely break down the structure of the source signal. If you're really into experimental sound design, then try out this high spray. Right, with my pitch unaltered, kind of makes me think of Star Wars, Chewbacca, or some kind of thing flying away. Right, so that's your spray. Then frequency. Now frequency is a bit of a weird name here, in that the size and the duration of all of your grains, so your little sliced up sound particles, is a function of this frequency parameter. This frequency parameter will impact the sound of your pitch and the sound of your spray. So let's have a listen to this pitch on the X and spray on the Y. No spray. That's a spray, and I'm changing the frequency. Spray sounds completely different. Now let's do the same with pitch. Now we're going to pitch. With the pitch parameter, you can transpose the grain pitch. It's kind of like a pitch shifter, just quite crude. Then you've got random pitch, and the random pitch control adds random variations to each grain's pitch. Low values create a sort of a mutant chorusing effect, while high values can make the original source pitch completely unintelligible. Then you have your feedback parameter, and this sets how much of the output signal gets fed back into the grain delay. Just beware with high values, as you could create a very long feedback loop and potentially damage your speakers or ears, so just stay away from really high values unless you know what you're doing. Then you've got your grain delay dry wet control, and this just sets the percentage of affected signal. So if you want all of your signal to be grain delayed, then you'll want this at 100%, and the lower you go, the less affected your original clip from your track will be. And then down here we've got our delay time, which I briefly spoke about at the beginning. You can choose between sync or time. In time you choose milliseconds, and in sync you can choose multiples of 16th notes, where each box refers to 16th, so 2 would be 2/16ths, and so forth. And this is just the delay time of your grains. The beat offset percentage shortens or extends the delay time by very small amounts, and this can be used to produce subtle offset or swing type delays. This is only available if you're in sync mode. If you're in time mode, then the same rectangle refers to your time in milliseconds. So you can hear how that offsets the rhythm. And that's your grain delay. The grain delay is really fun to play with. It's great for sound design, trying to remake sound effects from Star Wars, incorporating anarchy into your productions. But more seriously, if you want to give your track a bit more of an edgy feel without necessarily using distortion, give grain delay a go. And you can also use it in very subtle ways, linking it with reverb just to change maybe the sound of the space that you recorded in, or creating interesting noise type sweeps with it. And that's it from me. If you liked this video, please let me know. I'm making a video like this for all the audio effects in Ableton Live, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned, and I will see you soon in the next one.